Yeah, authorizing the mayor to well, it says East Cleveland purchase. Just about I need to put my eyes on what I can see. In the state of Ohio cooperative purchasing program. So I want to know now why you have to renew it every year, because we're past that ordinance many years ago, even if not many years ago, during my tenure on council, to participate in that. And so I don't think it's something that we have to do every year, because, or if it is, if you know, maybe these are things that maybe you need to be participating in to find out, whereas you can elucidate on them here at the council meeting when we ask questions in reference to these things. So I'll save the other when I get back up to speak, because I will put that in order, how it operates, and it has never operated from this perspective before. And every council here is on the same level, so no one has any but more power than the other.
Council President, may I respond to that real quickly? I can clarify.
Do I have a problem? Go ahead, Laura.
Okay, we just have to update our ID number before we participate in the aggregate buying. We have to have an updated ID number. Right now, if we ever had one, it's defunct. And so we have to reactivate or activate an ID number so that we use that ID number to purchase any, whether it's a widget, a wadget, a screwdriver, or anything. We have to use that particular ID number, and we do not have one right now.
Thank you.
No other remarks from the public? Resolution number 5216.
A resolution number 5216 is a second read. A resolution authorizing the mayor to transfer to Fannie B. Hall under the Neighbor Next Door ordinance at a cost of $100 a parcel of vacant land held by the city as part of its land reutilization program and located at 1363 East 125th Street, East Cleveland, Ohio, 44112, permanent parcel number 672-06118, requested by Mayor Gary A. Norton Jr. and sponsored by Council President Thomas J. Wheeler.
That be moved onto the agenda for Wednesday's meeting. For the second read, resolution number 53-16.
53-16 is second read. A resolution authorizing the mayor to transfer to Keith Weaver under the Neighbor Next Door ordinance at a cost of $100 a parcel of vacant land held by the city of as part of its land utilization program and located at 1684 Collion, East Cleveland, Ohio, 44112. Permanent parcel number 672-07087, requested by Mayor Gary A. Norton Jr., sponsored by Council President Thomas J. Wheeler.
That will be moved into next week's Wednesday agenda for December 7th. Resolution number 55-16.
Okay, this is the second read. Resolution granting a conditional use permit to Andre Hendricks for the operation of a wine manufacturing facility at 1736 Noble Road, requested by the Board of Zoning Appeals and sponsored by Council President Thomas J. Wheeler.
Anybody had a chance to go by there or going by?
Tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So that'll move forward for next Wednesday.
I'm planning on getting by there before the weekend. I got the information from Dr. Guy. So I want to know how this guy's going to do it. I want to see what kind of operation he got.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And I want to ask a question about this neighbor next door. This lady stays across the street from Prospect Elementary School on Stanleywood. Her and her husband been cutting grass. I helped them a couple of times doing it when they weren't able to do it for the last 3 or 4 years. And I told them they should put in for this neighbor next door. And she said they did was there was some problems. So how did, I'm going to go back to them because I can't believe that the last year, so we've been giving these $100 pots to people next door. These people have been cutting this grass and keeping it up for the last few years. Wow. It's right across the street from Prospect Elementary School right now. They got all these big green things where I guess the sewer district couldn't put these things under the ground. So what can I advise them to do? Because I don't know why, because they couldn't qualify to get that property right next to them, like these other ones.
So the lot immediately next door to them is continuous.
Right next door, yes.
I don't know why.
I've helped them cut the grass, that's how I know.
I thought-
Weren't there a lot of properties that were held up in, from the last council member that I replaced, there were a lot of properties that were held up in committee. And so like a lot of these neighbor next doors that we're seeing are ones that have been held up and backlogged because they were held in committee and never made it. That's what I've researched and found. A lot of these properties from the neighbor next door, we're just now starting to revisit them because they come from 2 years ago that were held up in council,
What
prior
you're
council.
saying is, what I need to know is what do they need to do?
You
Because
need-
I think they're entitled to.
You need the system going through community development, find out what's the
And that's
problem.
what I need.
Yeah, because it's probably held up down there somewhere. I can get
Because you can actually get an application. I got something for one of my residents through community development.
So can I get the application and take it to them? Because the property's
Yeah,
next
but
door.
first find out what the problem is. It may already be an application caught up in the system. Yeah, the clerk said before there.
And then sometimes, like one of my residents, she has a lot next door. The property is actually privately owned.
Okay.
So she can't, I called to Solandra Wallace and she said, well, somebody actually owns the property, the city doesn't own it. So it's only for city property that's in the city's land bank. So if they tear a house down next door to you, but that parcel is still privately owned by somebody other than the city, then that can't be part of the neighbor next door program. So they have to research the title on that property, and that might be the
Community
problem.
development would do that.
You can even call someone and give her the address of that parcel or that property, or what the address was, and she can tell you right over the phone.
All right. Okay. Resolution number 59-16.
Okay, this is a first read, a resolution authorizing the city of East Cleveland to participate in the State of Ohio Cooperative Purchasing Program, requested by the Finance Director and sponsored by Council Brandon King.
That'll be a first read. That'll be on the agenda for Wednesday, December 7th. Congratulations, trusted public 3 minutes only.
All right, I can now speak on anything. Council, any meeting is being held by any committee, you can attend them. You are elected officials, we elected you as council. You can attend any meeting, whether it's finance or any other. And all finance meetings supposed to be held in the public. You do not discuss finances behind closed doors. And now whoever's done it, they could be brought up on charges. That is a fact, that's legal, and it's irrefutable. So the Lord cannot refute that. All finances of the city must be open and discussed openly, not behind closed doors. Any meeting that any council wants to attend, you can attend it. You give directives to your clerk, not the clerk giving directives to you and tell you what you can use and you can't use in that office. That belongs to the public. We bought it. And you are the people whom we elected to put in office here and to operate the city and the council and to